Hi, I'm Christina A, and I am the Civil Litigation Department Head here in the Legal Division for MLFA. Today, I want to take you on a little free speech time lapse, Texas style. Let's begin back in the year 2019. Our Governor, Greg Abbott, was upset, and so was the Texas legislature, because some speakers, one in particular, had been uninvited from speaking at a college campus in Texas because of concerns about ties to white supremacy and the speaker's views. So the Texas legislature passed and Governor Greg Abbott signed into law a new statute guaranteeing First Amendment rights on all campuses within Texas, public or private. Here's Greg Abbott proudly issuing a video while he signed off on that statute, and specifically saying right here in the end of the video, it shouldn't be necessary. It's in the First Amendment. It's in the Constitution. Now it's law in Texas. Proud moment for him. Part of that law was that it required campuses on Texas to open up all public areas, common open public areas, to be used for speeches, for free speeches, and put a lot of restrictions on how that could be limited. And all Texas campuses had to come up with policies to show that they're in compliance with that new rule. Now, let's fast forward to March of this year, 2024. Governor Greg Abbott again takes action, but this time he doesn't wait for the legislature. He signs an executive order. This executive order puts limits on free speech. And here, the governor specifically says, Texas supports free speech, especially on university campuses. But that freedom comes with responsibilities for both students and the universities themselves. So basically, we support free speech, but. And now if we look at the rest of this executive order, it specifically targets and calls out by name two student groups, Palestine Solidarity Committee, known as PSC, and Students for Justice in Palestine, also known as SJP. These are student groups that have chapters nationwide at various campuses, including in Texas. And this executive order, dated March 27th, 2024, specifically requires that universities create policies and ensure that they are being enforced on campuses, especially against Palestine Solidarity Committee and Students for Justice in Palestine, and that those students are disciplined, including and up to suspension. Universities and campuses, again, have 90 days to create a policy to show that they are in compliance with this new executive order that singles out two specific student groups who also share the common factor of being in support of Palestine. So let's fast forward a little more, but not too long. We're not going to get all the way to the 90-day time period where that has to be in effect and where universities and all college campuses have to have policies that comply with that new requirement. Before we get to those 90 days, let's go all the way up to April 24th, 2024, less than 30 days after the signing of that executive order. And that brings us to this proud moment for Texas. Students tackled 20 arrested at peaceful pro-Palestine protests at UT Austin. This article is from the Austin Chronicle, so one of the local papers in the same town where University of Texas Austin is and where there were protests where this happened. And what did Greg Abbott, the governor still in Texas, have to say about what happened here, where free speech was broken up and limited while it was occurring in an open public area on campus? What he had to say was, these protesters belong in jail. This has been our free speech time lapse, Texas style. From 2019 to 2024, what changed? I can tell you what did not change. The Constitution still applies, even in Texas.